Welcome to this tutorial. The last tutorial was the basic Hello World program, where we printed to screen the Hello World using the console and the write function method, and printed it on the DOS screen, the console, and as soon as it printed, it disappeared. So we used the console.read command just to hold it there, and so that you could see it, and that was input and output, and we're going to go into that in later tutorials. But what we're going to cover is one of the important parts of programming is variables. You need somewhere to store data so that you can process it. And variables are natural. Is that if you had a shop and you wanted to know how many like chocolate sweeties you sold, you may have a variable called chocolate sweeties. And one day, in a cold day, maybe you don't sell so many sweeties, or like ice cream or something like that, you don't sell so much ice cream. On a hot day, you may sell more, and so that would change, and it would be going up and down. And so someone would feed in data, and it would get stored. The chocolate sweeties part would get stored at the chocolate sweeties. The ice cream part number would get stored in the ice cream number. In today's climate, it's like there's lots of cutbacks, austerity measures. It's like not the same amount of money is being spent on public services and things like that. People are losing their jobs. People are working for less money. People are working two jobs instead of one, and things like that. And so some people are getting told that they're getting paid off and things like that. So there would be maybe like a list of names of people that the austerity measures that they don't really need so many people, and they're going to cut back and make do with a certain amount of staff. And so there would be like a list of people's names and things like that, and that would be like a string. So and if you had a shop and you were selling like sweeties, you would want to know like the number of certain sweets. Then you would want to know the total and things like that, the cost, the price, the quantities, and what you've sold, what you've not sold. Right. So one of the things in C Sharp, you've got to declare what kind of variable is for, and that's the first thing you do. So you have an integer, which is a normal number. You have a float. Integer is a whole number. A float is like 1.001. So there's decimal points attached to it. And then you have a string. A string can be like a whole paragraph. It can be like a sentence of characters and words. It could be just one word, and it's with double quotes. That's what you use for it. And then you've got a character. A character is just single quotes. So if you were doing this is a string here. Hello world is a string, and it's more than one character. And what you can see in here is got double quotes, and so that's a string, and it could be that a whole paragraph done that way. Okay? And so without a variable, we've just printed that string straight out onto the screen. And the same way we can do a character, and a character will do letter C, and it's single quotes. A character is just one letter or one number. It's like you have on a keyboard, the character that the computer uses, and it's identified by single quotes. So if we run this program, instead of hello world, we get C, and it's not a variable. We just put in a raw character, and a whole number is just a 1, and it's an integer. And so I can print number 1 out, and if we put single quotes around to number 1, it's no longer an integer, it's no longer a whole number, it's just a character. It's a character in the keyboard. It doesn't add up to anything. It's like a number and a telephone number. You don't do multiplications with telephone number digits. You can if you want, but what's the point? And so that's what it becomes. It becomes like a telephone number digit. The same with a string, you can put numbers in a string. Now a float, you don't need any quotation marks for a float. 3.66 is a float. Okay, right, so but what you want to do is you want to be able to name all these things so that they change. So if you had integer, number of sales, so that's how many things you sold. So that's an integer, and that's what we've called the integer. And there's two ways of doing it. You can do it in 2 lines. You can do like, now you go number of sales equals, let's give 233. Right, and so what we've done here is, make sure I've spelt it right. Yeah, what we've done here is, it's never used, we've not used it yet, though we've assigned a value to it, and so we've given it 233, and so what we can do here is we can print out of sales, and if we run it, it will print out 23 to screen. Something wrong, I'm not too sure what I've done wrong. No, it's okay, no, it is something wrong. Number of sales. Yes. $233. It didn't spell it right. That's why I just cut and pasted it. And so that number can change. We can change that number. Someone can type the data in. At the end of the day, the sales change, and so it'll be a different total. And so you may have a string. You may have a string. It starts with a capital string. Declare the string, and people laid off. People are losing their jobs. So there's going to be a list of names that people are to lose their jobs. Okay, not being depressive, anything like that. It's just trying to give you an idea that what you use variables for, and kind of embed it in. So people laid off, but that would be an array of strings, an array of strings. So it'd be more than one name. We're going to do arrays later on. So at the moment we're just going to call. It should be a small letter. It should be people. So people laid off equals, right, Jock McTaffy's is getting paid off. Right, just a name, right? Jock McTaffy's. Jock McTaffy's, poor wee Jock, right? He's getting paid off, right? And so there's a whole list of different names, right? And everyone's happy because, apart from Jock, they're not getting paid off. It's just Jock. It's just his job, and they're all right, Jock. Well, right idea that we're keeping a job. And so if we type in here, so that's us declared a string. Equals, so we put that string into this variable, that's what it holds. And so if we do people paid off, laid off, not paid off, and capital O. Right, if we print that now, it will print out Jock McTaffish's name. There you go, poor wee Jock. So what we may do is we may have a menu, and there's different things in a menu that opens up, and you may say that A is to go to accounts, and R is to go to recruitment, and so that's a character, and so what you would have there is you would have a character, and it's char for character. They create as a char, and menu choice and equals. So you can do it in 2 lines, and you can do it in just 1 line. People string, and then that's 2 lines, and then people laid off and Jock McTavish, and you can also you could have done the same, just 1 line with the integer and the string, and you can just say A. Again, that would be like, you would have like an array of characters, and you would have A, B, C, D, and if A equals, no, that's it. Let's say, yeah, let's say what if you choose is going to go into menu choice, and then you would have an if statement, a case statement. So if A equals such and such, open up the accounts software. If it equals R, open up the equipment software. And and what we do here is we can print this out to screen. And how we do this is just type in the name of the menu, choice, and if we run the program, is went to screen, and we also have a float, and this is the decimal points. Okay, and we have a double, which is double the size of memory space. So we're going to do floats, and we're going to call it just FT. I'm not too sure what to call it. FT, and we're going to give it a value 3.11, and the reason why it's highlighted it is because it wants to be passed in the F. It's been assigned a float, and so it wants that, and all we need to do is just type in FT and run the program. And 3.1 is 3.11, and what else? And so we've been passing the variable into the writeline command, and what I'm going to show you is that whatever we pass in here is going to go to screen. So if we print in a string here, it's going to print what if it's in 2 double quotes without a variable. String here, and if we put in a character, just raw character without a variable, it's going to print what if it's getting passed it. If it's legal, it's going to print it. Yep, and a number. Let's see, 101. Just an integer. 101. And if we do a float, and also you can do sums in here. You can do 2 add 3 equals 5, and it will give you the answer, 5. So whatever you pass in here is going to put it to screen. Let's see, so and so what you can do, we can put a string here, string here, colon, and if we do braces, if we do 2 braces and we put 0, What we're saying within this string, we're saying that we're going to pass a variable within this string, and at the end we will give the name of this variable, and so that's what I'm going to show you. Let's finish off the string. So that's a string, but this part here is not going to be printed. Whatever we pass here is going to be printed instead of it, and so a comma to separate it, and we will pass it number of sales. Okay, and enter. Something wrong, I've not spelled that right, I don't think. It's number of sales, and it's better to make that a big one. Capital. Yeah, it should be that. And you can see that we've got printed here, and the variable we passed with those two braces printed, and so that's how you do that. And that's this part here was replaced by the value of this variable. So that's all for today's tutorial. Again, thank you for your time, and if that helps at least one person, then I'm happy, because that is a good thing about YouTube. It's a good way for us all helping each other. Right, thanks very much. Bye.